That's it. That's it. What song is
Hmm.
this, John?
This is The Blackness. It's actually a poem.
Don't make me feel bad.
Huh? Scorpio.
Oh, hold on.
I'm the mayor of intense cities.
Brianna, can I get my phone?
Where passivity is criminal, I'm a Scorpio, the critical, analytical, scientific, independent. Knowledge is
Let's see
power,
where
and
we
I'm
at.
power hungry. Hate to admit it, but it's no secret. I know secrets. If I share mine and you don't keep them, you will see. No cheesing and no meat in between. It's like I was so vegan. Keeping my distance like Andromeda's with every move you're making.
Do y'all see me on
It's a
Facebook?
fact. Betrayal
Good.
is the poetry to make me snap.
I don't
Cut
see
you off
myself.
because I have trust issues. I believe the only one to truly trust is you and God. Of all the zodiacs, I'm the hardest to love because I
It's
tend to
not
have the darkest
loading.
personality, but I don't need your sympathies. I see the moral universe differently. You ain't gotta guess, I'll say it joyfully. Every drink is like loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. Love it, gotta show me. Love it, gotta show me. You ain't gotta guess, I'll say it joyfully.
I can't.
Drink is that loyalty,
I'm not getting anything.
loyalty. Love it, gotta show me. If you love it, you gotta show me. The villainy, the trickery, the destructive energy that lives me is cold
Y'all
blooded
got me on
and
Facebook?
sub-zero. Scorpion is how I feel.
I'll
My,
check you.
yeah, because I do not see it.
There's no half
Like,
stepping or half marching on my spiritual path
I don't know
to
what's going on with my
enlightenment.
Facebook.
My
Like,
mental
I can't
presence
even.
is a
It's
sight
not.
you
It's
get.
not even like
Your
loading
mind
up.
can get red
I
like
still
a
have the
ruby.
same one
By the
pinned
water
from
side,
last
it's
week.
hint given that I'm moody with a goofy
It's well, no, I see it.
attitude.
Do you?
Okay, we can start.
From
I see it.
Okay.
on the topic.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll figure it out as we go. Um. Yeah. We can go ahead and get started. Good
Hmm.
evening. I want to thank everyone for jumping in on this live on Sundays Live. This is things that people don't want to talk about, brought to you by God Level. That is me. My name is Renee. I am originally from St. Louis, Missouri, down here in Houston, Texas. I am a mother. I am a nurse. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a sister. I'm a aunt. I'm a cousin. I'm a friend. I am everything good. John, you want to go ahead and represent yourself?
John Nicholson here, aka John Skywalker, the slide talker, lyricist, spoken word artist, martial artist, personal trainer, lover of life, student of psychology, and father. That track that you guys just heard right there, Scorpio, off of my second album from 2021, titled Higher Dimensions. I currently have an album out right now called Light Benders that I collaborated with Andre Black on. He's a vocalist, sound engineer, um, uh, beat maker. Like he does it all. So if you like conscious hip hop, positive hip hop, that's me. Go stream that album. John Skywalker is the name. John Skywalker is the name. John Skywalker is the name. Also, guys, you can find me on Instagram at master.johnskywalker. That's me.
All right, brother, you want to go ahead and represent yourself?
Peace, peace, peace. It's King Newborn chiming in. You can catch me on all social media platforms at Newborn Everything. And welcome to the show. I am all.
You know what? That ending. That's it. That's all you. That's all you're gonna say is I am all. That's it. That's it.
Facts. Yeah.
You know what?
They want to know more. Do their due diligence and research me.
Oh, hey y'all. Got a couple people in the room right now. I want to thank everyone for coming in. Today's topic is the B word. Am I allowed to say it? Say it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. And how we use it every day. Can I get my phone too, please? And how we use it every day. Anybody want to kick this off? Corey, the Empress said, peace to the guy. What's up, Corey? Thanks for jumping in. Thanks for watching. Who wants to start this off? You know what? Never mind. I'll go first.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
You
I just
sure?
wanted
'Cause
to. Yeah, I'm all right with it. I'm all right with it. I wanted to offer just a disclaimer, at least sort of a blanket statement here. Our comments here are not intentional, are intentionally sexist. Okay, so personally, John doesn't care how anybody uses it. I really don't care because I'm a spoken word artist, so I understand language. Uh, but uh, I understand that when women use it amongst each other, it's to them it's not pejorative. They're in the in group, and it really comes down to their perception of the word, their essence of the word, right? Even if I was given permission, I wouldn't have an interest to use it. I use the word sparingly, and I'm aware when I use it. I understand that it's pejorative, therefore I don't really care to use it, not even artistically, um, but I also understand in lieu of this, because it's also like if you take something away, let's just say, for example, we come to an agreement, the audience comes to an agreement where they say, you know what, I'm gonna just stop using this word altogether. Some people are gonna meet it with some resistance because you can't just take something from people and not replace it. People don't like that. They don't like when you take something away from them and you don't replace it. So I do want to give caution that you can't just go around calling every woman a queen. You can't do that because then it's like
no. Go ahead, brother. I gotta hear this.
I'm sorry, John. I ain't mean to cut you off there, big dog.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Just like I use the word peace as a introduction when I'm greeting somebody or I'm finna engage in a conversation. Same thing I do with the word king and queen. The only reason why I'm saying what I'm saying, the smaller interject, and I apologize for trying to cut you off, my brother, is to first and foremost set the tone as I'm perceiving you to be this first and foremost before you let me know exactly who you are through your words. You understand what I'm saying? So if and at the same time, hopefully, I'm invoking the spirit within you to know to tread lightly and recognize who you're dealing with by the simple fact of the word that I'm using to interject in the conversation. So that's why I said now, like John said, as the conversation tends to carry on, there's certain things that's being said to after a while, I'll dial back and I'll be like, oh, okay, I don't know you to be such. So I'll leave it as that and only acknowledge you on the surface of which you introduce yourself as conversation go on, the mindset or the state of being, it slowly reveals itself. So, I just build from that particular point. That's all I want to say, John. I'm sorry.
No. He's being cautious. He's being careful. He's doing his diligence. So he's doing the work. Yeah, I'm with that. I respect that.
Peace.
But I did kind of push for this one, right? I just felt like it was a natural tie-in because yeah.
We talked about the N word. Now we're getting ready to talk about the B word, and I've been thinking about it all day. Like, why do us women call each other bitches?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of.
Hold on, I had to let me go. I had to really sit down and think about this because I never heard my mother address her female friends or associates, word bitch, or I never heard them talk like that. But the generation coming up under, Oh my God, them people are back again. But anyway, um, the generation coming up under them, us, we address each other as bitches, and it's not always in a negative context. It's it's the way we say it. You know it. Be like, bitch, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the T. Like, bitch. It's different ways and different tones that we use the word bitch. But when you look up the word bitch,
Yeah, that's what it means.
a female dog,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have this new term, bad bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And when you know the meaning of the word, that's a dog that's at home with no home training, running around tearing up the house.
Mm.
If
What
you
do you say?
really sit down and think of a bad bitch is a, a bad dog, no home training. So it's like, and this is how we are addressing ourselves, and it's like, wow, like we really do this. And, and I also wanted to hit on, um, to be careful how, the words that you choose to use, spelling, spells, whatever, you got to be careful with that. You do. So I don't know. I don't know why we do it. It's like a trend almost, like it's just what we do. And technically we shouldn't. Just like we should go
Mm.
around calling each other niggas. We shouldn't. Women should not be addressing each other as bitch. I just put it out there. Because soon as a man call us a bitch, let a man call us a bitch. It's a problem. It is a fucking problem. Who the fuck do you? And we turn into that bitch if we're not already being a bitch prior to that. I'm just, I'm being real.
Well, what
Am I
about
being real?
and I
Am
think
I being real? Or I'm not being real? I'm not.
no, you
We
being
have,
real, but
yeah, we have we
but
can
what about
push.
when John said? What about when John said? So, like, say for instance, a man, uh, however your attitude is or whatever's going on, he'd be like, "Bitch,"
Whew,
and you
John
in
would
turn,
never.
hold on, no, peep game though, peep game,
Go ahead.
and after you say that, you in turn say, "Nigga, you got me." You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
like John said, you just gave him a title. I'm
And
just
he just
saying,
he
ain't
just
that?
gave me a title too.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm sorry, I digress.
That's cool. No, yeah, that's cool.
I'm just saying.
John would never. I know John. I've been knowing this. How long have we been knowing? 5, 6 years now.
Yeah, we're going on
Yeah,
like
but I know
eight
Yeah,
or
John
we're
when
going on
nine.
5 or 6 years. He would never. It's not even
yeah,
in.
yeah. No, I'm saying John
Yeah,
brought it up when we was
yeah.
playing around with the word nigga, and it was like when women are quick to call a man nigga, you just gave him a title, a classification.
Right.
So
A
in turn, if
rank.
a man call you a bitch
He
or a
just gave
rank,
me a. Ooh.
I'm just saying.
And sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Women. Hey Monet. Women put themselves in that position sometimes, not all.
And
So,
what position is that though?
um,
What are we identifying with the word bitch that a woman
challenging
put herself in a position?
and what is it? Hey, dang! I walked into some stuff. Yes, you did, Monet, girl. Well, brother, let me ask you this: have you ever called a woman a bitch
Nope, it's not in my vocabulary.
before your change?
Nope,
Now, next.
Oh, dude, just what?
nope. I mean, that's peace. You can say all that, but nah, I never have.
I'm just saying, Malcolm X, before you know.
No, I always been conscious of certain words. No, I don't. I
Okay.
never was the one to call
John.
a woman that.
Okay.
To a woman's face, no.
Okay.
Mm-mm. I've used the word in reference. Yeah. Shout out to Mahes, man. Yeah. What up, King? Yeah, I see you, man. By the way, bro, Matt,
go ahead. Let me
we're talking about the B word. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and post that number.
Yeah, put that number on there, man. Look, this is what I want, man. Is it a way?
314-639-9345.
93.
Is there a way that? Is there a way that we all can make sure that all our comments post in the same area? Is there a way we can do that?
You know what? I can see it on here, but I don't know how to share my screen with you all. Because I can.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying because like John is on Facebook, he probably Instagram and Twitter, like all those other platforms. We see those comments, but those comments don't correlate with what's.
We'll talk about it offline. Let's keep it. Let's keep it
my
going.
bad. I apologize.
Yeah.
Good job, John. Good job.
So here's my question. To advance it forward.
Go ahead.
Because I understand where this is rooted, and I've seen a few things over the years, right? So from what I understand, the feminists, mainly feminists, okay, this is a very key word here, key label. Feminists, some feminists, not all, have used the word as a way to reclaim power, right? So words evolve over time. If we look back, all right, so first off, the word bitch is about over 1,000 years old. You know, I think it was invented somewhere around like 1000 AD, something like that, right? And it was originally, if you speak the English language, you know that it originally refers to a female dog, right? So you don't see the association between the female dog and a woman until like maybe around the 1400s, right? But you don't see context, like, you know, even though it was applied, right? Well, let me take a step back. So the idea of a woman being called a bitch was worse than being called a prostitute, because at least with a prostitute, you stood to gain something financially with your broad distribution of, you know, your sexual favors. So even a prostitute was higher than a bitch, right? So what we're talking about here is patriarchy, okay? Or patriarchy. I'm sorry, patriarchy. We're talking about patriarchy, and the word has grown to become oppressive, right? So we believe that the feminists find the word offensive and therefore unacceptable, but then over time they reclaim the word in like some sort of challenge, some sort of retort to the patriarchy. But here's what I want to know. Is this false power that we're talking about right here? Does reclaiming the word and transforming the meaning give women a false sense of power? Because when I hear women do it, now this isn't just black women, this is all women, okay? I've heard, I remember Sarah Palin, Tina Fey, you know, they were on live about, well, hey, if I'm a bitch, and then they tell the audience, you know, a list of things of what a bitch is. You know, basically they call you a bitch for being outspoken, for having an opinion, or being opinionated and expressing that opinion, not being silent about certain matters, right? Being assertive. Oh, you're a bitch, right? So they looked at it like that. Like, okay, if I'm a bitch for being a feminist, then guess what? I'm going to be a bitch then. So I look at it in the same way, like, okay, are you guys trying to do that thing that Tupac tried to do with Thug Life? You know, he took the word thug and he just owned it.
Right.
But he made it, are you guys, is that what we're doing? So is this a false sense of power, or do we believe this is authentic?
We did the same thing with the word nigga.
True.
I'm just saying.
Did y'all hear Eric Lamont Hill when he went on what was he on? Was that Fox? He was on Fox News with Trinidad James, and I forgot who the other guy was. And Eric Lamont Hill was saying when he's talking and when he's in the streets and he's talking to Trinidad James, because they have shared experiences, is yeah, that's my nigga. Yeah, I agree. We need to get rid of the word, but in the streets, since we share the same struggles, that's my nigga. Right? So
Right.
within the scope, within the context,
That's
it
my bitch.
means it's a neutralized term. We don't think anything
yeah.
of it.
Okay. Yeah. And
Right?
we
It's
don't.
but that's again, that supposes that you have a shared experience, right? But when we're talking about this, where we're looking at women, especially like black women, you got like a couple of cars and you're making six figures and you're a business owner and you're a fashionista and you got an 825 credit score and you own a house, and but you and your circle of homegirls are like, bitch, yeah, y'all.
You a bad bitch. And that's what they're gonna call her. You a bad bitch. You a bad bitch. What is okay? Go ahead. Yeah.
That's my question. That's my first question. I got a whole bunch, but do we think that their reclamation is a false sense of power, or is it authentic? Audience members, you can chime in too. You can answer that question.
Okay, well, I'll pose the question. Was
the word.
the who?
The meaning of the word. The meaning of the word bitch. When you take into consideration the meaning, who wants to be called a dog?
Well, but see, this is the other thing, though. Again, context is very important with any word. Okay, words evolve. Words evolve. All right. So you don't.
Hey,
if you look up the definition, right? Of course, you're gonna see, and that's another thing too about definitions. We're not lexicologists, or we're not lexicologists. We're not lexigraphers, right? So words evolve, including their definitions. If you looked at a dictionary in the 19th century, 20th century, you looked at a dictionary in the 20th century, you're gonna see bitch in there, right? But that dictionary gets updated. Now, in practice, in culture, we're using the word a different way from what the dictionary says. We do that all the time. And it takes a while for lexicologists or lexigraphers to catch up and say, okay, this is how we're going to write the definition. They're just like us. We can't think, we're not thinking that they have anything different than us. They don't determine the meaning of the word. They're going to come across a consensus, and then they're going to write down, all right, this is what it means. So in the Webster's dictionary, one of the definitions was something that is extremely objectionable, difficult, or unpleasant.
So are you telling me in 25 years, when we look up the word bad bitch, it's going to be...
I don't think bad bitch is going to be in there. I don't think bad bitch is going to be there.
A woman with her shit together. I'm just saying. Brother, you want to chime in on this?
I mean, everything he's saying is factual, can be backed up, but I mean, I guess it comes down to the individual. I mean, if it means something to you, words only have power if it means something to you.
Okay.
Just like, the little saying when you like, if you step on a crack, you broke your mama back. How we used to walk and try not to step on a crack so you don't break your mama back. You know what I'm saying?
You believe it.
Yeah, exactly. So only hold power if
I'm gonna make a point. Right.
Consciousness of that individual, you know what I'm saying? Value it to that level, just like dealing with the word faith and belief. But I'm gonna stop right there. I ain't gonna go off into that. But okay. I'm just saying.
We're gonna visit.
All right. So we have a comment and a question actually from Mahes. He says, what do y'all think about bitch being used to describe weak men? And what is it saying about women when we do that? when people are using it to describe men, it's used in the context of saying you're as weak as a woman. Woo! Woo!
Bars.
Woo! He said that.
Bars. That was a
And
loaded
we,
comment
know
like a
what? And
motherfucker.
we do. And we
Mhm.
do. That's sad. And we do. What we'll call a man. Can I just say it? Can I just say it?
Double standards.
What? You was too close to the mic.
Double standards.
Oh, double standards. Okay.
We can talk about double standards. Double standards could be a show. We could definitely talk about that.
I mean, but this is a prime example of it, though.
We'll call a nigga a
See, look at see. Hey, John, what I say? I be like, peace, queen. But if they build how they build,
we'll call a,
the truth come out, baby.
if we're considering him a bitch, then we're not gonna say, oh, that man bitch. We're gonna say he's a bitch. That's
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
So it's like
If I'm quick
like
to call
three
you,
piece.
if I'm quick to call you a bitch, then obviously I don't look at you as a man. Period.
Okay, so we're saying
Hold on. So you
that.
look at him as a man or you look at him as a nigga?
That too. That I look at you.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're
We're being raw. We're being raw. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now we're calling this. Now here's why I want to get some clarification. Are we saying in that moment, or are we saying permanently?
Permanently.
Damn.
Permanently.
So he can't come back from that. He can't come back from that.
Oh my God.
Ain't no such thing as re-respect. Ain't no such thing as I'm gonna re-respect you. No.
Wow.
That's once
heavy.
you
All right.
get to. I don't know how everybody. Joanna, you want to chime in on this? I don't know how other women feel, but if
you need support.
No. If I feel like that if I look
That's
at you,
heavy.
and I see nothing but if you've
Dang, double standard.
That's all I see.
Man.
You shoot them twice in the same sentence, bitch, nigga. And what if you throw ass in her, bitch, ass, nigga? What if you?
Oh.
Well, let's just stick with bitch. Let's just keep it simple, right? Let's just stick with bitch for simplicity, okay? So when we're calling another man a bitch, all right. So typically, it's like he did something. He exhibited some sort of behavior that led to. So is that what it is? So he wasn't expressing an idealized version of masculinity.
In your eyes,
women do not call real men bitches. Period.
But you do call them niggas.
No. No.
All right. So Mahesh says
no. If he piss us off, he'll be like, this motherfucker got me fucked up. But to downgrade him to a nigga or a bitch, oh no. Not when you're dealing with a real man. Oh no. When I start calling you nigga, this is what you just did. When I say the word nigga, you up here.
All right. Mahesh has a question for you, Renee. He says, when you call a man a bitch, are you calling him a dog? Okay. So you're calling him a dog and you're also emasculating him. Or he's already emasculated himself, I guess.
Emasculated himself, so I'm just calling it what it is. A spade, calling it a spade, calling it a spade. Yes, when you give off nigga vibes, you get treated as such. Ooh, that was from Joanna. Let's show that. Oh, they won't let us show it, girls.
Now, here's something also interesting in the usage of the word. Bitch can be thought of as something that can be dominated or conquered.
I was not gonna touch that. I thought
Hold
about saying something.
on. Whoa, hold up. Dominated or I'm gonna dominate this bitch. That's from a man's standpoint. Conquer. That's from a man's
Let's
Well,
remember.
well,
Let's remember
hey,
the
that go either
environment this
way.
word is operating in. All right. Let's remember
Mhm.
the word is operating in the patriarchy society. Okay.
patriarch society. Where
And it was originally assigned to women.
Mhm.
And then it just evolved. And then, of course, it evolved or it got applied to gay men in the 1600s. So if you started exhibiting behaviors that weren't aligned with masculinity, this includes women and men.
You were
Women
called.
and men. So there is a political tie to this word, right? So it goes to say if a woman can be treated like a bitch, that's also to say that she could be dominated or conquered in lieu of these other characteristics that we assign to it. Now, what we're also kind of, regressing over this is social constructionist theory, where our reality is essentially a reflection of the concepts that we create. So being a woman, what does that mean to you cognitively? Being a man, being black, being trans, being a boy, being cisgendered, being a wife, right? We have descriptions that
Mhm.
go into these social categories, right? And so we just kind of put this little costume on, right? I'm a black cisgendered man that's a
Mhm.
veteran martial artist, right? But
Mhm.
these are descriptive terms. So again, with bitch, are we saying that when we call a man a bitch, that he can be dominated or conquered, vanquished? Is that what we're doing?
Belittle.
When a woman is calling a man, and trust me when I say real, we don't call real men bitches. This particular person is considered the lowest of the low.
So not even out of emotion, a woman, not even out of emotion, a woman ain't gonna.
Bitch, no,
Slip up.
not when dealing with a real man, she'll hit herself.
All right,
She'll
all
hit, what?
right.
No, it'll be a look there, but when we call you to your face through a text over the phone, bitch, you have been degraded to the lowest of the low. Ain't no coming up from that.
So let me ask you this. So if that does happen, that takes place,
Yeah.
you're basically saying you not only said it, but you also understand that if there is any recourse action after that.
I'm sorry, I was reading the comment. When a woman is calling a man a bitch, he is acting like a bitch. Joanna. Thank you,
All
Lord.
right, so is
So what's
that
a bitch
just
then? What's Joanna? What's a bitch? What's your definition of a bitch?
Ooh,
That's
I can give you
call
a
in. What's your definition of a bitch? If a man is acting like a bitch, but yet a man can't call a woman a bitch.
he's acting like the female, like wanna be, wanna he
So
wants to
again, you're
play,
owning the
he
word.
wants to play the role of a woman. He
So
feminine.
again, you're
He,
owning the word.
hold on,
Like
stop.
John
No, you
said, you're
ask the question. Just like we own the word nigga. Yeah, we owning it. I'm just putting it out there.
I don't, but go ahead.
Okay. What's the question?
I'm saying, so you're giving power to the word as saying that this is a strong point of a woman, a strong characteristic of a woman, being of a woman. You just said, well,
What's the definition of the
comment
word
when a
bitch?
woman is calling it. That's I want to know. I'm trying to figure out
The definition of the
what does.
word bitch is a female dog. That's what we're calling him. He's a bitch. He's a bitch.
So
That's the
you
lowest
female dog.
of the low. The lowest of the low. Just like it's used in different contexts. John just explained it to us. It's all in the context of how we use the word. When a woman is calling a man, I'm sorry, it a bitch.
Wow,
I
man.
just
Yeah,
saw with the word
it's
it.
a,
Yeah, I gotta leave the
it's
word
a,
it alone.
it is a wrap. It is a wrap for
Hey,
him
man.
in her
So
book.
you're
I
not
can't.
even human anymore?
Yeah, it.
The man ain't even human anymore? Golly, there's no mercy.
You
Okay.
can't call him a man. If he a bitch man, he's less than a man.
But all right,
If a
but we're
woman
talking
is
about
calling
behavior.
a male,
We're talking about behavior, right? So if he
behavior,
behaves a certain
and it has to be constant. It can't be something he's done
okay.
one time.
All right,
It
so it
has
can't
to
be an
be
isolated event. Right.
no. It has. This is
Mm.
continuous. This is something that he
Okay.
does. Oh, this how you move? This how you? Oh, well then use a bitch. Excuse my language. But that's the
All right.
topic.
All right. Now
Exactly.
I,
Thank you, Joanna. Scum, lowest of the low. Thank you, Jalen. When we call you bitch, ain't no such thing as respect. Ain't no coming up from that level. We can't even
so a
see
man
you no
can't
more.
evolve. A man can't evolve, so he's
You can
stuck.
evolve not with somebody else that don't know him.
Mm.
In our book,
Mm.
if I dropped down and called you a bitch, that's where you're going to stay. That's
Ooh,
it.
Does,
so
that criteria also follows for when a woman calls another woman?
Stop.
I'm saying, because
Stop.
I'm asking, I'm just asking.
Stop.
But what if a man
Matt-
called that woman a bitch then?
Woo!
right. Yeah. Yeah.
I have already addressed. We will do it to each other, but a man to call. Hello, yeah, girl, Joanna, girl, you got the number 314.
Mm-hmm.
What's the
I'm
number?
still saying, if a man call a woman
314-639-9345.
is she the
Call in.
lowest of the lowest?
When a man calls a woman a bitch, 9 times out of 10, she's acting like one. That's
Lowest of the lowest.
oh no,
Right?
no. That's not how. No, you don't consider that. You as a man don't consider that lowest of the low. When you say the word bitch, you're trying to shock. You're sending shock waves, like snap out of it, like because she's going down, and you. It's almost equivalent to someone having a cup of cold water thrown in their face. You try. Wake up, because you're acting like a bitch. And when she hears that, it's like, the fuck?
Okay,
Yeah.
now you
All right,
change
Mahes has a response to you. He says, so when a woman calls a man a bitch, you said he's the lowest of the low. Then you said you're calling him a woman. So think about that. So it's like which one is it?
The lowest of the low. We'll go with the lowest of the low. The lowest.
I'm still saying, if a man call a woman a bitch, like if you flat out say
the
you
lowest
bitch,
of
not
the,
you're acting like a bitch.
A man is when he calls a woman a bitch is because she's acting like a bitch in his. But wait a minute, how do you feel? Ask yourself. Ask a man.
I don't
Can
think
we
it'll
have
be
a
a
man call
feeling.
in when he calls a woman a bitch? Why is he calling her a bitch? We need a man to call in to answer this. I can't answer this for you. Shit, I'm a
Okay.
woman. I know why I call a man a bitch. He's scum.
Look, but here's the other caveat, because this is a very complex
Thank
matter.
you, Joanna. Thank you, girl. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Now
Mahes says that's inconsistent thinking that just happened right there.
Ask him, has he ever called a woman a bitch?
All right, Mahes, answer that in the comments.
Please. Has he
also
ever called a woman a bitch?
Let's also remember this. Women call
calling him a woman, calling him a snake, coward, and scum. That's from Jalen Henderson.
So why not just call him that then, instead of calling him a bitch?
Facts.
Like that.
Because at the same time, you're trying to strip him, but you're empowering him at the same time.
That's one word that describes all.
No, that's inconsistent. But Mahes says he's never called a woman that.
We need a man, and ain't nobody who's gonna call in with that.
But look, let's
Thank
take a
you.
step back.
Bitch
Women,
sums it up, and she's right. Bitch sums it up. Jalen Henderson, thank you, love. Bitch sums it up.
bitch sums it up.
Yeah,
I
bitch
don't.
sums it up. Calling him
I,
a
So I'm
I don't.
saying though, if a man
lower
calls a
for the
woman that,
low.
are you saying the same thing about her? She scum,
No,
lowest of the low. She a
no.
snake, coward.
Why not?
We just discussed that
See,
earlier.
that's that
But
double
no,
standard
but you're
shit, man.
man. You're
Yes,
changing
and
it,
what?
man. Y'all
Yes,
changing it.
and
Y'all
what?
can't do that.
Yes, we can. We just did.
Wow.
Man,
Hold on.
y'all
Hold on. Hold
just
on.
changing
Time
rules,
out.
man.
Time out. No, no,
I
no,
don't
no, no,
like
no, no, no,
this.
no.
What you say? As
I
they
don't like
see
this.
fit.
Now, when we
Yeah,
hold on,
As it
yeah.
go
when we
along.
in the hood,
This
when
is a
we
size
are
7. It's a size 9. No, it's a size 7. What y'all? Come on now.
Oh,
I need.
hold on,
I gotta have some
hold
food.
on. When we are in the hood, around people that grew up that know the struggle, that's my nigga.
Yeah.
But let a white person call us a nigga. It's a problem.
Uh-huh.
Okay. We know why
Mhm.
we using it.
Yes.
And when they call it, we know, oh, that's what we know why it's a difference in the
Mhm.
context in the word being used. We know why we using it. When we call a man a bitch, that's because he's acting like one. He's the scum. He's scum. But if it's nowadays with the new trend, a bad bitch is supposed to be someone who is on top of her shit. Okay, I get what you're saying, but when it comes to calling a man a bitch, ain't no coming back from that.
so a
None.
woman could come back from that?
What do you mean? A woman can come back from that?
No, what I just said. Can a woman come back from being called a bitch by a man?
Shit, ask the woman. Whoever got called a bitch, ask
Oh
her.
my god. Oh, wait, so you can classify the man saying that he can't come back, but as a woman identifying as a woman, you can't say,
How do you
come on,
trying to
man.
think? I don't think
That's heavy right there. That's super heavy.
I don't think I've ever had a man call me a bitch.
What's that? Loaded potato, hot potato?
I don't think I've ever had a man call me a bitch. I don't recall.
Nine
a man
times
calling
out of
me-
10, 9 out of 10, he's doing it to be disrespectful because of her reaction to something he has done.
Yeah.
Really? So we throw the salt back on him. We make it that it's him, the purpose, the reason. It's his fault. That's what's up, though. That's what's up.
Mahesh
That's
said
heavy.
he's called men bitches, but he's never called a woman a bitch.
Okay. And why has he called a man a bitch? Ask him.
He probably gonna say he was acting soft or something.
But and so when we use it
He
in
probably
that
was
context,
showing.
so
He
when
probably
we
was
use
showing
it in that
feminine.
context, when describing a man, is yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so here's what I'm also hearing, because women when they use the word, women can call each other bitches, okay, and
Mhm.
it's to denigrate other women. So a lot of the times it can be used to express envy and jealousy. So like, bitch, right? But then go to their in group, and like, what's up, bitches, and it be positive. So you got two groups of women. You call that group of women bitches, and you call this group of women bitches, but you love these women, but you hate these women. So what do you
Same
say?
word.
And then you're a woman. You're a woman. Call it
No
these two
different.
different.
Hold on. It's no different than the N-word. These my niggas over here, but I don't fuck with these niggas over there. It's no different than the N-word.
Okay.
Mm,
Okay.
that's probably why I'm glad I don't associate you with it. But look, so she said, Miss Henderson said, bruh, I've been called a bitch just for asking, where are we going? I'm gonna personally say that's heavy as a
Hey,
motherfucker. But I'm gonna leave it alone. That's heavy. I'm just gonna say that's heavy. That's super heavy. That's
Yeah.
heavy.
And 9 times out of 10, I'm sorry, with that note, 10 out of 10, that was a bitch nigga that did that
See
did
what
that.
I'm saying? See what I'm
I'm sorry,
saying?
that was a bitch.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
identify with that one. I ain't even gonna even leave that one alone.
Mahez said he called the man a bitch because he was showing female traits, feminine traits.
That's what I said. That's the only way you call another man a bitch. If he's showing, hey man, you acting real feminine right now.
Yeah. Oz. Oz.
The show?
The show. It's very impressive. We're at that conclusion. It's a very impressive word.
It's okay.
Very.
Yeah.
Man, that's still heavy though. I'm tripping on what she said.
It is heavy.
Where we going?
Hold on. It's heavy even when you hear. Ooh, hold on. I'm not gonna talk about it.
Miss Henderson, what was the outcome from that conversation? How did that end, Miss Henderson? If you still watch, that's
a fight. That's not a comfortable car ride. That's a fight. Oh, was they in the car? Where are we going? Yeah, that's a fight. If you calling me a bitch off of a question, I'm asking a question and you turn around and say, bitch, I need to get this. I need to kick your ass and get the safety. You know, I need to get the safety one. That's a dangerous situation right there. She's in danger. That's a predator.
I hope that's an old situation, like a very, very old situation.
What about men? What about men who hate about powerful women on social media, especially?
Ooh, because they got following and people chime in and agree with them versus their man. So that's every day on social media. I'm talking about every day. In an argument.
Go ahead.
I was reading her comment. Yeah, my fault. Go ahead, John.
I was going to ask, what if he's crying on social media? Why are you crying like a bitch?
Yeah, and that's kind of crazy, ain't it, John? Because they be like, why you never get in touch with your feminine side? You always hard. You don't never show yourself. You gotta be gentle with
it's so
me.
tough.
Handle me with care. you can't be that angry at breakfast. Wow.
Stop. This was woo. Thanks. Have you ever heard a daughter call her mom a bitch?
Yep.
I have to.
And I stood there and I caught chills because I kind of blacked out as if it was I was like, whoa.
I would never.
Oh man, what the song said? Rain down on me.
I would never.
Man.
I'm asking her to kill me. Literally. Wake up in the hospital.
That's a scary situation.
That is. That's waking up in the hospital bed.
I'm like, you comfortable with that?
Comfortable.
Nowhere in the world.
Yeah. My daughter walked through the door.
What's the name of that movie? Dr. Strange, where she touched him in his chest.
Oh.
And his spirit left his body. Man.
Ooh. And you witnessed that?
I'm talking about I'm standing there and she didn't say it. I maybe misheard what was said. But she said it and the lady, I guess she caught herself because it was in public or something. I don't know what the situation was, but I wanted to say something, but again, angry black guy. So I leave that alone. You know what I'm saying? But that's where we are in society, though.
No, I would never call my mother a bitch. God rest her soul.
Does your daughter call you one?
Fuck up there. No. Hell.
Miss Henderson, is this I'm being in her business. You said an argument. Okay. Is this an old, some years ago argument? How did you handle that situation? Like, how did you handle that situation? Like,
whooped his ass.
Well,
My
since
daughter
you already
must
said
be working.
there ain't no coming back from that. You just said ain't no coming back from that.
When we
So
call
I'm
a man a
wondering
bitch, ain't no coming back from that.
Well, I'm saying he called her one.
Obviously, okay.
Yeah, he called her one just saying we're going. I'm
Yeah.
saying if a man called you that, what in turn happens after that? Like,
I don't know. I've never been with someone that called me a bitch.
And
but you did
the other
say
thing
it's
is,
And I mean, and
to you.
don't get me wrong, I've had a man call me a bitch, but we wasn't together.
right. So there's a question of what did he mean by that? Because could he mean that you're being insensitive?
Oh, I kind of snapped off.
Because women are kind of, traditionally speaking, women are characteristically feminine, right? And that also includes sensitivity. So women are sensitive. So when you're being insensitive, people tend to call you a bitch.
That's a heavy point.
Damn.
So were you being insensitive at the time?
Where you live at, John? My pull-up game is strong.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You're making me think all the way back when I was just reckless. And I didn't give about nothing. So in that state of mind frame that I was in, that mind frame back then, I didn't give about nothing. Nothing at all. So if I was being insensitive, I got called out on it. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't start to care about life until the day I gave birth to my son. Then that's when the change happened. That's when I began to mature. But prior to that, I didn't give a fuck about life. I will message Renee what happened, but no, I had just got off of work and dude was not going in the direction of where I live. And I asked, where are we going? Which you had every right to. If we're not headed to your home, if you're not headed home, then it's a problem. But yeah. So yeah, back then when I didn't give a fuck, I probably was. I didn't give a fuck about nothing.
All right. My question to the audience and everybody next is, does this word normalize sexism?
Normalize sexism.
Does it make it normal? Because, what it seems like is that we're kind of desensitized from the word.
No different than the N-word. No different than the N-word. We use the N-word the same way. Again, I fuck with these, but I don't fuck with these. We use it in the same way. The word bitch. That's my bitch, but I don't fuck with this bitch. Same.
All right. So if we didn't have that word, um, would you be able to give me descriptions of what it meant or what it looks like
Descriptions of what?
of a bitch?
Of a oh, if we didn't have it,
If you didn't have the word,
probably. No.
because we tend to forget, or a lot of us just don't know. We're not
Mm-hmm.
thinking words all the time. We're not thinking in words. You have
Okay.
images, feelings, thoughts. Thoughts aren't necessarily in words. So if you didn't have the word bitch and you said it, right, like, okay, you're saying it, that's one thing. You got a word and you assign this meaning to it, right? And it's a meaning that you probably pulled from somebody else. However, if you didn't have the word, would you know what descriptions you would have for the woman that you would otherwise call a bitch?
Like somebody got fucked with? Like
Let's start with them.
somebody got fucked with? Oh, my sister. My sister.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. So,
I hate to say it like that, but yeah.
all right. So,
Somebody that I don't fuck with, a bitch I grew up with. Oh, a chick I grew up with. Damn, it just like literally like rolled out. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
The N-word is the same way.
Now, here's a special treatment for the N-word, because the B word is just as pervasive, right? We need to acknowledge, and I'm very serious about this. We need to acknowledge that a white man could say the N-word at work on social media, and
That's
he
a
will
good
lose his job. He will lose his job.
Mm-hmm.
He will lose his prestige. He will lose face if he says the N-word. If he says bitch, nothing will happen. What does that say about sexism in America?
You know what? To go back to your question, she said day one versus stop. Okay, got it. Day one versus that was Megan. What does that say about what now?
What does that say about sexism in America? It's like a white man could say the N-word and lose everything. He could
Lose everything.
say bitch and keep. And women have grown, or not grown, I'm sorry. Women have evolved to the point where they actually enjoy saying it. Where at one point in our evolution, it used to be detestable to say. So women actually enjoy saying it. Enjoy. A word that was created by white men, because this is English language here. We didn't create this word.
Okay. No different than the N-word.
That's how you feel,
Mhm.
When you in the hood, you enjoy saying it.
But guess what? But guess
That's
what? Hold up.
It's
But
no
here, but
different
again,
than the N-word.
John, I thought
Hold
this was
up.
my native tongue.
You know what? He dropped the whole jewel, didn't he? Boom, boom. He dropped the whole jewel. Oh my God. Let me turn.
Listen, but it still comes down to this. Yeah, they invented the word, but they can't say it publicly without repercussions.
Because of what it is attached to as far as our history is concerned.
And bitch
It
it's tied to sexism. Bitch is still tied to sexism, oppressing women.
Get over it, bitch.
Let me cleanse that. Oh my gosh.
Oh. When you said it just gave me chills. Like, oh my God, that's so sad. But when a white man walks up on you and call you, men can be bitches as well. Yes, and that's Megan. That's what we're discussing. Men can be bitches as well. We talked about that. No, when a white man walk up on you and call you a nigga, you're gonna feel some kind of way. But if it's your brother from the hood, you're gonna be like, oh, what's up?
Okay, but yeah, I think what it's really come down to is, yeah, we understand the usage of it, we understand the controversy around it. Um, my overall question was, does reclaiming the word and giving it this euphemistic essence, does it challenge the status quo, or is it just, hey, this is just about creativity? It ain't about. It's not political. It's not about political change. Is it just
It
about
sounds like it's
fun?
taking lemons and making lemonade. No different than the N word.
Mm.
No different than the N word. No different than the N. Bitch and the B word of the N word. No difference.
No
No difference.
difference. Ah,
I ain't gonna say no difference because if
consequences. I'm just looking at consequences. I'm
yeah,
looking at
Oh
consequences of
yeah,
who.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
One holds
Consequences
way
behind
more
that word.
power than the other.
yeah,
Yeah,
it challenges
yeah.
vocab. Ooh. Hey Megan, how you doing, honey? Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you are sharing this on your page, sweetheart. Thank you everybody for coming in. We're right at an hour. We're
Yeah,
right at
yeah,
an hour. Like yeah,
yeah. I'm gonna pinch it off. I'm gonna pinch it off right there. I think
yeah. I
I,
think
I, I think we
hello.
squeezed this lemon. I think we squeezed this
Yeah.
lemon.
She said, and she did. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I do. Oh my God. Today is actually, are we done with the conversation? Because I want to kind of like move on.
Well, I want to add one thing before you do your
Go ahead.
first and foremost for any and everybody that has chimed in, like, please like, share, comment, subscribe to each one of our platforms. Let's grow this channel. And if you feel like
Yes.
it's something that you may be interested in having a conversation about, or something that's just running around in your mind, and you want to know of different opinions, or maybe some type of resource to go about finding a solution to something that you're curious about, chime in, inbox any one of us, so that way we can probably do the due diligence with you as far as research to come to a solution to something that you're curious about. That's all I want to say.
Okay. Today is our 25th show. I can't believe this is the 25th. No, is this the 20 is this the 25th? Or am I moving too soon? Where are we at, John? Because we're gonna be giving away something on our 25th show. I don't think
Is
is it
this
25? Is it 25? I would have to go look. I really thought it was. Hold on. Um, oh, I have another subscriber. Thank you to whoever subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. I can't see who it is. Would love to shout you out. Um, no, no. I think we're close to it though.
mm,
Yeah, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 18, 20. So after the fifth show, we're going to do a giveaway. After the 25th, on the 25th show, we're going to do a giveaway. And the only way to receive this giveaway is you have to like and subscribe and or well like all of our is it just the YouTube, or we're just doing like Facebook? Like, what do you, brother? I can't hear you, brother.
I'm sorry, I had muted my mic. I think it should be to where one, they need to be following all three of us.
Okay.
I think it should be on all our YouTube channels, because I think on YouTube we can actually look at the analysis, the data, the breakdown.
Yes.
So that way, when we pick a winner, we got true data.
Mm.
You know, we got real.org situation going on.
This is the
Mhm.
20th. This is the 20th show.
Oh, that's what's up.
It is. And I want to thank you for joining us too. I mean, it is a pleasure having you. I ain't gonna lie. That first night, I was sitting over here like a kid in the candy store, like, that's my brother. Smiling at Jesus. Look, tears in the eyes. That's my brother. That is my brother. Thank you, Jay. Lynn. Appreciate it.
It's a pleasure to be
Joanna. Thanks, honey. All right. Alexa, play Self Mastery by John Skywalker. Yes. Of course, we got to go out with John Skywalker. His music is on all streaming platforms. Please go look him up, download, buy, share, pass it on. Yeah.
Please don't take offense if it doesn't apply. Screaming you're a king, stuck in the news. Everything to lose, nothing to prove. Trying to kill my eye, but you're killing your own. All that self-hatred, just feeling alone. Filling the blank, I'm not feeling your tone, but I'm feeling the zone. You're feeling the void. My inner peace is so non-violent.
It kills the noise. I want to thank everyone for jumping in on this live. I appreciate it. We will see y'all back here next week. We're going to do a lighter show because we know that it is Super Bowl. But you will still be able to catch us after the game. All right. Thank you. John, you want to say anything? Nothing?
Salute.
Salute. All right. Peace out.